Today, daily rewards of 170% of our dollars, racing dollars. You will earn 170% racing dollars for your first race today. So, I've chosen a race that brings a lot of racing dollars with a car that I can win the race. And I'm going to use double racing dollars. Free, and I'll go ahead and throw on free fame while I'm at it. At this point, I try to keep the nearest opponent around 50 to 60 yards behind me, because I want to slow them down at the next chicane. And then when I'm about ready to go, I go to one side and give them a little twist, and that slows them down. Sometimes you catch their front quarter panel, and it slows them down even more. I try to do that at least once a lap. Maybe twice. Things go well. That was a better example of catching the quarter panel to slow them after restarting. I don't like getting too far ahead because, first of all, if you try to slow down to stop them in a turn or in a chicane, a lot of times they'll see you and they're going so fast, their momentum carries them around you. They swerve to avoid you. But if you're close enough to them, they follow you in thinking you're going to go as fast as you can, and then when you slow down and stop, they're stuck behind you. The other reason I don't like to get too far ahead is at the end, they could sweep by you and take the win away from you. When you're trying to have a close finish, you have to start out kind of close to begin with as you're approaching the finish. So when I'm trying to keep distance to keep my lead, I try to keep it around 100 yards away. 100 to 200 depending. Depending on what part of the track you're on. If it's a really fast part of the track, it'd be further away. These turns here are opportunities. If you've missed the ones in the back, there are opportunities to also slow down and stop traffic. But the path, I guess they're programmed to be able to use is wider in this section, so sometimes you'll get somebody going around you a lot easier than you will on the backs. Sometimes if they're too close, they'll slip by you. Or do that. And you won't be able to be in front of them when you get to the chicane. Yeah, I let him by. I didn't touch him. Didn't squiggle in front of him enough. I have to catch up to him now. This will be a good lesson in where you can catch them and pass, and how. Just important to stay in front of them so you keep their speed from just freewheeling as fast as they can do. That makes the races in the future more difficult to manage, more difficult to win. And when you put down your bets that you're going to win this and you're going to double your racing dollars, you definitely don't want to lose, especially if it's gold involved. I try to make the laps 3 minutes and 40 seconds or more. Sometimes I get them up to 4 minutes. Between 3:45 and 4 minutes is a good length of time to spend on a lap to keep the competitors at bay, keep their speeds down for the subsequent races. Well, this is a turn where you can catch them and slow them down too if they're not too far behind you. It's past. One before the last little squiggle. But even there you have to be careful and be ready to go because cars will come up from behind and just pass the pair of us waiting. Like that. Sometimes I can catch him and stop him on this first turn, but that time I had to try to stay ahead of him, keep my speed up to keep ahead of him, and my momentum carried me past that turn, the first one. We only have the leader group with us right now. I was kind of hoping the rest of the pack would catch up. I didn't get off the brake soon enough. Another way you can slow them down is to turn them sideways. This is my final lap, and I'm just preparing for the end, where I want the race to be a close finish. I was braking way too late, so I had to skid to slide and stop for that turn. But I'm preparing, trying to keep between 50 and 100 yards behind me, maybe 150 on the long straights. So when we end, they don't have enough momentum to win, but they're close enough to me that it's a close finish. I like between 15 yards and 50 yards at the finish. Usually around 30 and 40 yards, sometimes in the teens if I'm lucky. It makes me nervous a little bit when it's that low. I've had some pass me and come in second and lost some gold coins. And since I didn't come in first and didn't get the multiplier, lost racing dollars as well, but the gold got me more upset than the racing dollars. That's what makes me nervous. Fortunately, I pulled it out. 11.5 minutes, 228,000 racing dollars. Fame moves, that's a good thing. And I usually don't use a gold piece or the free service preserver. So I use a surface after each race. Sometimes if I'm really trying to rack up a lot of racing dollars, I will. But while I'm in an event, the way I am with the gauntlet now, I try to save those free and racing dollars service preservers for use in that if I need it. So if you're lucky and you've won yourself a good car and you can get to the end of the series that it's in, you can find a race that has a lot of racing dollars rewards. You can race it over and over and get yourself prepared for another event where you can try to buy the upgrades to win the next car. Good luck to everybody.